On this episode of Two Tickets, Please.
He was so alive in his performance. I agree with you.
He was
100%.
alive. And here's the other thing.
So good.
Right? They're tackling real issues that I think for kids and for teenagers, the decades change, but the issues don't.
Hello,
Hi.
and welcome to Two Tickets, Please. I'm Art,
And I'm Amber.
and we are two best friends who love to watch movies together.
Yes, we do.
And today we have a special edition, one from the vaults.
Yeah.
We are now diving into Amber's top 5. Yes, and what we call Amber, what's the introduction to your gems?
These are hidden gems. Movies that you may not have heard of, movies that you may not have seen, but movies that I would highly recommend you seek out and watch.
Awesome. Well, mine was all based off of physical media because that's who I am. Amber has other versions, I think. So she's going to do this from memory and her list. So without further ado, Miss Amber,
Yes.
we're going to start at number 5 for your beautiful, beautiful gems.
Yes.
So we'll go ahead and start with your number 5 pick. What's the title and what's the setup?
So my number 5 is Circle of Friends, starring an all-star cast. This is starring Chris O'Donnell, Minnie Driver, but it also has a cast that includes Colin Firth, Alan Cumming, Saffron Burrows, Aidan Gillen, Littlefinger from Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
John Kavanaugh, and Kieran Hines. So this is an all-star cast for...
That's a stat cast.
Yes, and it is
Stacked.
a story about 3 women who've been friends since childhood and meet again at the University of Dublin in 1957. It's a coming-of-age period drama.
Okay, that's where it may have missed me. All right, then. So why is this movie great, though?
This movie is fantastic because it tells the story and it focuses on a girl. And I think the reason this hit home for me is because it focuses on the difficulties of being a plus-size girl in a trio of friends and the insecurities that come with looking not like everyone else.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so why did people miss this one?
This is a weird little indie film that is based in Ireland. So this entire story takes place in Ireland, and even though it has a stellar cast, it did not get a wide berth. And I think it is one of those movies that sort of just fell through the cracks in the 90s, even though it really has Chris O'Donnell was one of the heartthrobs of the 90s, but I think it just is one of those that just kind of fell through the cracks.
Yeah. So then that's why people missed it. So who would love this movie?
I think for any of my girlies out there that may have been in that plus size genre, I think this movie will really warm your heart. It does almost feel like a foreign film because of the setting where it takes place and the cast that they have. So I think anybody that appreciates a coming of age story, I think it will hit home for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then. So then why is it worth your ticket?
It is worth your ticket because it takes place in Ireland. The stunning scenery that you see at the university. It is also a movie that talks about class disparity.
Oh,
And
okay.
it also brings up some struggles of women and the struggle that women went through in that day and age in the event of a child being born out of wedlock. So there's a lot of taboos that are being played with in this. And I think that's very...
It's going to hit home for
It's
people.
going to hit home. It's a good
Awesome.
movie. You would like this movie just because it's not your typical drama, whatever, but there's a lot of layers to this movie.
And levity?
Not a lot of levity.
Okay, I'll check it
kinda
out.
dark.
You got a good recommendation. I'll go off it.
Alan Cumming is just creepy in this movie, and I love him so much.
All respect.
Yeah.
All right. So that seals the deal for number 5.
That's number 5.
All right. So moving on to number 4. Ba-ba-bum. What's your movie?
Number 4 is called Dangerous Beauty. Dangerous Beauty is directed by Marshall Herskovich, starring Catherine McCormick, Rufus Sewell, and Oliver Pratt.
Oliver.
You do know Oliver, but you also know Rufus Sewell. So he is a very familiar face. He's actually starring in a TV show on Netflix right now called The Diplomat, which is really fantastic.
Okay. All right, then.
But
What's the setup?
the setup for this is a story that is loosely based on a real person, courtesan named Victoria Franco in Venice, who becomes a hero to her city, but later becomes the target of the Spanish Inquisition, actually the church's Inquisition for witchcraft.
Is this like almost like a Joan of Arc kind of feel?
No.
Did you say witchcraft, right?
I did.
Witchcraft.
But, you remember, witchcraft trials targeted women who were educated, smart,
Lord.
well-spoken.
And new medicine.
And new medicine. But that's not part
Women
of the story.
can't know that. Back in those days, that was their viewpoint.
That's very true. But she is targeted for her education.
Okay. All right, then. So then why is it great? Is that just the listings why it's great right there?
Oh, it is a
What hits home for
phenomenal.
you?
It's not only a love story, a forbidden love story, which I always appreciate, right? It's a period drama, it's steamy. But I think the interesting part about this movie and what makes it so neat is that you look at the choices that women had available to them, and it was either to have enough money to pay a dowry to be well married, or in Venice, Venetian courtesans were some of the most highly educated women in the world at the time and were afforded a lifestyle that was unattainable for other women. And so this girl has no choice. She's unable to marry the man that she loves, so she chooses a route that puts her in a position of power.
So then with that kind of premise and setup and acting, especially with Platt, I love Oliver Platt.
He's the comic relief in this movie.
That tracks.
Yeah.
That totally tracks. So then why did people miss this movie?
Again, I feel like most of my list is because these movies were not huge blockbusters. I found this movie at Blockbuster.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
I don't know that this actually was released in theaters. I think this might have been a direct to video movie. Don't quote me on that. But this is a movie that just did not get a lot of publicity or press. And so I'm so sad that most people that I mentioned this movie to have never heard of it, ever.
So shot beautifully.
I mean, the streets of Venice, the canals, the costuming, the sets for the homes, and the gardens that they're that they're placed in. It is a beautiful, beautiful cinematography.
A little different than Wuthering Heights.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
There's no heights being weathered.
Awesome.
One.
So with that premise, who would love this movie?
Anybody that loves a good period drama will love this movie. It is right up there. It pulls at your heartstrings. It makes you care. The character development is phenomenal. The outrage you feel is there. It really is an emotion evoking, and I don't mean like in the sobbly cry tissue way. I mean, as in you get the full range of feels, I think, in this movie.
Okay. All right. I like that. Why is this worth your ticket?
This is worth your ticket because this is a movie you will not regret watching. And Rufus Sewell is at the height of his leading manness in this movie. Leading manness. That's an official term right here. You heard it first on Two Tickets Please. This movie is passionate without being gratuitous.
Okay.
I wouldn't tell you to watch it if I knew you were going to hate it, because I know what you hate.
You do know what I hate.
This movie is not what you would hate.
Well, then I'm looking forward to the next one. What's number 3?
Number 3. I had to switch it up a little bit here. I had to bring some comedy into the mix. So Art's list was a lot of not comedy, right? I think that's a fair statement. His top 5.
Sure.
And I, so far, have been on the romance side of things.
Yeah.
So I had to bring in a little comedy with one of my absolute favorite movies that I watched nonstop as a child, which is Drop Dead Fred.
I love Drop Dead Fred. Good one.
Drop Dead Fred is directed by Ad DeJong and starring Phoebe Cates, the original Fast Times at Ridgemont High girl herself, Rick Mile, and Marsha Mason. And this is a story about a young woman who finds her already unstable life, we'll say that, rocked by the presence of her imaginary friend from childhood who returns. And his name is Fred.
Awesome.
Drop Dead Fred.
All right. So why is this great?
This movie is absolutely hilarious. There are so many points in this movie that you just bust out laughing because as an adult, there are times when you think, man, wouldn't it just be fun to make a mud pie?
Yeah, right?
Like, wouldn't it be cool to have a food fight?
Right.
But we can't because we're grown-ups or something.
Adults.
And we're not allowed. And this movie, the things that you are forbidden to do as an adult, Drop Dead Fred drags her into, and the resounding shenanigans are hilarious. And a little known cameo, well, actually not even a cameo, but a little known person in this movie is Carrie Fisher.
What part did Carrie play in this one?
Carrie is her friend that owns the boat.
Both, yeah,
Yep.
I forgot about
Carrie
that.
Fisher's in this movie, so
Yeah, if there's ever doubt that Carrie Fisher didn't have comedic chops,
watch this movie.
watch this movie. Watch her in the movie Soap Dish. You remember that one? Good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. So with that kind of premise,
Yeah.
how did people miss this movie? Or did they?
I don't know if people miss this movie. I feel like people in my generation, in our generation, I should say, I feel like people of our to sleep again.
Oh,
I feel like we may have seen this movie, but I don't think younger generations have seen this movie. So my hope is that people of the younger generation are introduced to the hilarity that is this movie. And I think people would really enjoy it.
The cool thing about this too is that this younger generation, these youths, are now starting to really get into the premise of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
But also, our recommendations, I think, are really going to start hitting home with some of the younger generation, which is kind of what we want from this, too.
Absolutely.
So good recommendation. Okay.
Thank you.
So then, who would love it?
I really honestly think anybody that's looking for a laugh out loud, slapstick type comedy is going to love this movie. There is absolute shenanigans in this movie, and it is fantastic.
Awesome sauce. So then, I think it's going to lead right into why is it worth the ticket?
It is worth the ticket because, especially nowadays, you just need a good laugh. And if you just need a good laugh, I can tell you that I remember being at my Aunt Cookie's house with one of my best friends at the time on a summer vacation. And we were up till 4 a.m. laughing about quotes from this movie. And I still remember the stomach ache I had the next day from laughing so hard.
That's awesome.
I mean, granted, I was probably like 10, but still. Who cares?
Inside, we're all kind of 10.
Right? And I hope you guys get some giggles from this movie because it is totally worth it.
Ridiculous. Said love it. Great recommendation. Cool.
Thank you.
Mark it better as you recommend them.
See how I structured this?
Oh, that's amazing. All right. Without further ado, what is number 2?
Number 2, I had a real hard time, I'm going to be honest, struggling between whether this was number 2 or number 1.
Okay.
But I put it at number 2.
I'm excited.
This is a movie called Dogfight. It stars the incomparable River Phoenix and Lily Taylor. This is directed by Nancy Savoca.
Okay.
And it was written by Bob Comfort. And this is a story about some soldiers who, before they leave to go fight in Vietnam, play a game where they try to seduce the ugliest girl they can find and bring her to a party where she is judged and they win prize money. And the girls being brought to this party are none the wiser. However, this movie's entire central theme is that Lily Taylor finds out.
Oh, okay.
Little known fact. I would like to throw this out here.
Please.
I showed this movie to my dad. Rest in peace, Daddy.
Yes, man.
I showed this movie to my dad, who, because these are all military men, and my dad was in Vietnam, he told me that this is actually something that did happen. These dog fights were real and that they did happen. And, my dad was like, yeah, I was kind of a jerk because I did attend some of these. So my dad fact checked this movie and said, this really did happen. But the girls that are at these parties have to be treated really well. They have to be complimented. So, the point was that they had the best night of their lives.
Okay.
But they were the butt of a joke the entire time.
So with that premise, I think I kind of know where you're going with this. Why is it great?
This movie is great because River Phoenix is River Phoenix in this movie. He is emotive. His facial expressions are fantastic. But Lily Taylor is so solid and strong, and she just displays this inner strength. And then plus you have it set, you're in San Francisco. It's right before the war. She's really into the beatnik music, right? So the Bob Dylans and things of that nature. So there's the musical aspect, and it's, it's just a this
That's
movie.
Literally everything she does is riveting. So
this movie, you just crunch your teeth into, man. I cannot tell you. Yeah.
Why do people miss this?
This is an indie film. This was a true indie film. As most people know, River Phoenix started moving into indie films. He did things like My Own Private Idaho. He did this movie. He was really trying to move away from that mainstream Hollywood. And, Lily Taylor got her start in indie films. And so this Mystic Pizza. Come on, Julia Roberts. But
We have
yes,
so many movies to
so
cover.
this movie truly came from the indie circuit. This movie is so good. It makes me want to slap Miss Linda. That's my mother.
Look out, girl. She's coming for you.
I'm coming in.
All right. So that's what people miss it. So then who would love this movie?
I think anyone that appreciates a great story, this may be the movie that holds my favorite ending of all time. Anybody that loves good filmmaking and amazing, true to life acting and a good story will love this. That is why it's worth the tickets, man. Like,
Awesome.
this is worth more than 2 tickets. This movie is worth 50 tickets.
I will admit I've heard the title, but I've never seen the movie, nor did I know what the premise was. So.
A lot of people are misled because of the title. They think it's either a horror movie or they think it's something that's really about dogfighting.
When you said that, I thought it was a horror movie.
You did.
Cool. Well, I got a horror movie on her
Well,
list.
I did not
And
put a
then-
horror movie in my list.
It was no.
It was not.
But it still sounds amazing. So
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, this is a good one, Art.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then if that was a major contender, what could have been your number one?
Yeah.
I think we shouldn't keep anyone waiting any longer. What is your number one pick?
Before we get to my number one,
Yeah.
if you guys like what you're hearing and you want to hear more movie recommendations or movie reviews of new movies coming out, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You can follow us on social media on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And hopefully you're watching us right here on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah.
Our shameless plug.
Yeah.
What's number one?
I think if I had to tell you guys the honest truth, Dogfight is probably my number one movie. But
Okay.
the reason I chose the movie that I chose for number one is because this movie I had on repeat for years of my teenage life.
Okay.
And I love it. And that movie is Pump Up the Volume,
I freaking love this. Hooray!
starring Christian Slater, who has been my
Another
boyfriend
Christian
since
Slater movie.
another Christian Slater movie. He's been my boyfriend since the mid-'80s. So just so you know, and don't tell my husband. Samantha Mathis. And this is a story about a kid named Mark who runs a pirate radio station and causes an uproar when he speaks his mind and enthralls his fellow students about the wrongs occurring at his school.
Yep.
So once again, social commentary.
Ah.
And this is obviously the days, gather round, children. This is obviously
hold
the
on.
days
I'm leaning in.
before there was the intergoogles and everybody had a cell phone or a way to
What?
talk to people, connect with people, make a podcast.
Surely not.
Yeah.
No one was alive then.
Pirate radio.
So then, what makes it great?
First of all, it has an amazing soundtrack.
It does.
Okay, the soundtrack, the entire freaking go buy this soundtrack, download it, do something. The soundtrack to this movie is amazing. Number 2, Christian Slater is on screen a lot talking into the radio. He's hosting these pirate radio episodes and his delivery is so believable and so beautiful and so
Youthful.
youthful. But
This one, he was so alive in his performance. I agree with
he was
you 100%.
alive. And here's the other thing.
So good.
Right? They're tackling real issues that I think for kids and for teenagers, the decades change, but the issues don't.
Yep.
You're still dealing with, all of the same problems now that we were dealing with back then. And he puts a voice to those.
Why did people miss this movie, or did they?
I don't know if people miss this movie. I got to be honest. It was a popular movie. I think it could have been a popular movie in the 90s. Christian Slater was popular when this movie came out. And I think anybody that loved Christian Slater probably saw this movie. But I think if they weren't specifically a Christian Slater fan, they may have missed this one. Christian Slater's still at the top of my
Still
list. He
fantastic.
aged very well.
He did.
He
That's
did.
really good. Good
You
for him.
look good, Christian Slater. Call me.
Yeah, man. So then, who would love this movie?
Any Gen Xer that hasn't seen this needs to watch this freaking
I
movie.
can't imagine there's a lot of us out there.
Right? There's a few of us. Anybody that loves Christian Slater should watch this movie. Anybody out there that is a high school student that may be watching our podcast and see this recommendation, I think you should watch it. The social issues of today are not that different from the social issues back in the 90s when I graduated high
Right.
school.
And basically, what he did in that movie is what we're doing now. Pirate Radio was his podcast.
Giving a voice.
Yeah, giving a voice.
Right. And, those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it. Right. And
Mhm.
so, this movie is a good a good reminder that things are cyclical and they happen.
So then, ticket.
Yeah.
I was worth a ticket.
It is absolutely worth a watch. It is a great script. There are great characters. It has a social commentary, again, on the arts. Movies are a reflection of society and what is happening at the times, but they do it through a creative outlet. And I think that's what makes this movie shine so brightly for me.
And kind of timeless.
It is kind of
It
timeless.
bridges those gaps. I think brings everybody in.
I saw an interview with Christian Slater.
Get out of
And they asked him about this movie, like if he would be willing to make another movie. And he said, I would love to catch up with Mark, the character. Here's the thing. The problem is, he said, everybody, when we did this movie, having a pirate radio station was unique, right? But now everybody has a vehicle to have their voice heard. So what would the story be? He said, but I would love to revisit Mark to see where he is. Is he an adult with kids who are voicing their opinion? Oh, what?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think you and I should write the story.
my Christian Slater heart is still praying that this happens because I would watch it in a heartbeat.
I can see why you were tied with those last two.
Yeah,
I can totally see it.
for differing reasons.
Yeah,
you
for
know.
different reasons,
Yeah.
but still the awesomeness level is pretty darn rad up there. So
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. Did you like my list?
I do. So do we have any alternates? Anyone wants to?
Okay, so yes.
I know you do, girl.
Okay.
Come on.
You're gonna laugh at me.
Uh-oh. I laugh at you all the time, so
It's
that's nothing
true.
new.
But I'm sure this is an underground movie that a lot of people have seen. It is a cult classic, I think, at this point. But one of my alternates was Crybaby, starring Johnny Depp,
Yeah.
and directed and written by the amazing John
Look, I
Waters.
just got excited.
Right.
I've never seen where.
Ricky Lake, Amy Locane. It is full on. Okay, it's takes
Go
place
on.
in the 1950s, and a bad boy with a heart of gold wins the love of a good girl, Square, whose boyfriend is set for revenge.
That's it.
I did it. Okay,
Well
okay.
done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right. So that's a setup for anything. Why is it great?
This movie is campy. It is John Waters. It is a musical. It has ridiculous characters, cheesy storylines, a cameo by Willem Dafoe, everything that you could possibly want. Johnny Depp looking like Elvis and a dream. Go watch this movie. It is horribly awesome.
It's a gem.
It is a
Ironically enough, you pretty much went down the list, so you're good there.
thanks.
All right. So
Really quickly.
what's the other alternate?
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Let me pull it up real quick. I didn't have my alternates pulled up. I'm sorry.
Girl.
I know, but here we go. I know my cousins watching this are probably gonna scream, but my other alternate is called Shag. Okay, this movie came out in 1988, starring Phoebe Cates, Bridget Fonda, Scott Coffey, and Annabeth Gish. Yeah. Okay. This is about 4 girls who decide to take a trip to Myrtle Beach and have an irresponsible weekend of shenanigans in the 1960s, and full on spring break shenanigans occur.
Shenanigans.
And shagging is a dance, just so you guys know. So for those of you that thought we were talking about the shagging wagon, it's a dance. But yeah, this is just fun.
Okay.
It's just fun. I love this.
Fun, silly movie.
You really will like because of the movie lover in you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, then, that's our list. That's your list.
That's our list.
Well
So
done.
thank you guys for joining us. We hope you like this little blast from the past and our one from the vaults. We are going to be talking about some more older movies. You'll see those episodes. So look for episodes from us on Saturdays and Tuesdays. We would love to talk movies with you. So until next time, thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody. Keep watching your movies.
Bye.
Bye.